Good evening, everyone. Today, let's learn the works of William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 and died in 1616. In 1590 91, he wrote Henry VI Part 2, Henry VI Part 3. In 1591 to 92, he wrote Henry VI Part 1. In 1592 to 93, he wrote Richard III Comedy of Errors. In 1593 to 94, he wrote Titus Andronicus and Taming of the Shrew. In 1594 to 95, he wrote Two Gentlemen of Verona, Romeo and Juliet, Love Labours Last. In 1595 to 96, he wrote Richard II, A Midsummer Night's Dream. In 1596 to 97, King John, the Merchant of Venice. In 1597 to 98, Henry IV Part 1, Henry IV Part 2. In 1598 to 99, Much Ado About Nothing, Henry V. In 1599 to 1600, Julius Caesar, As You Like It. Twelfth Night, 1600 to 1601, Hamlet, The Merry Wives of Windsor. 1601 to 1602, Troilus and Cressida. In 1602 to 1603, All's Well That Ends Well. In 1604 to 1605, Measure for Measure, Othello. In 1605 to 1606, King Lear, Macbeth. In 1606 to 1607, Antony and Cleopatra. In 1607 to 1608, Timon of Athens, Coriolanus. In 1608 to 1609, Pericles. In 1609 to 1610, Cymbeline. In 1610 to 1611, The Winter's Tale. In 1611 to 1612, The Tempest. In 1612 to 13, Henry VIII. To remember these works easily, that too chronologically, you have to keep some important things in your brain. In the beginning, in the starting stage, the histories are first. Example, Richard III. Then in the middle, comedies appear, right? For example, Romeo and Juliet and the Midsummer Night's Dream happen here. Then in the end, tragedies appeared. The big four, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, are in a cluster. In the final place, everything wraps up with a storm. Example, The Tempest. Think like this: high level to low level. High level, H. Histories. In histories, first letter H, right? Histories. Next comedies. Next high level. Then low level tragedies. Finally, The Tempest. It wraps up. There is a story to remember the works of William Shakespeare. It is a long story. If you want, you can learn this story. Here, from kings to storms, our story begins in war torn England, where three brothers named Henry VI, parts 2, 3, then 1, fought a messy civil war. Out of that, chaos rose. The villainous Richard III, whose scheming ended when he was lost in a comedy of errors. A soldier named Titus Andronicus was disgraced and realized he needed to tame the shrew he married. Meanwhile, two shy gentlemen of Verona fell in love, which tragically ended in the bloody feud of Romeo and Juliet, all because they forgot their love labors last. Next, the weak king, Richard II, was overthrown in a fantastical Midsummer Night's Dream and replaced by King John, who battled with the Merchant of Venice over a debt. The crown then passed to the valiant Henry IV, Part 1 and Part 2. After his father's victory, the brave Henry V had much ado about nothing except winning France. He celebrated with a grand party presided over by Julius Caesar, where everyone asked, "How, as you like it?" before attending a masquerade called Twelfth Night. Suddenly, the mood darkened. The brooding prince Hamlet appeared. He was so distracted by his tragedy that he missed the gossiping of the merry wives of Windsor. This sorrow led to the cynical war of Troilus and Cressida, where someone realized all's well that ends well. If you remember to measure for measure. The great tragedies began. The jealous General Othello was deceived, and the old King Lear went mad in the storm, while the ambition of Macbeth led him to a wicked end. In the final epic acts, the mighty lovers Antony and Cleopatra fell, and the wealthy Timon of Athens was abandoned, the powerful general Coriolanus was banished, and the poet Pericles found his lost wife at sea. Life settled down with happy endings. Cymbeline restored his family, and the Winter's Tale was repaired with a statue's magic. Finally, an old magician named Prospero created a magical hurricane in the tempest before retiring as King Henry VIII took the throne. Some key words are there, right? History first, history comes starts with the three Henry, six, and three Richards. Next, comedy boom. The middle is full of famous comedies: Midsummer Night's Dream, Much Ado About Nothing, As You Like It, Twelfth Night. Then tragedy cluster. The big four tragedies: Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth happened together in the early 1600s. Late romances. The end is dominated by magical endings: Pericles, Winter's Tale, The Tempest.